everybody. We are excited to welcome you back to indoor, in-person worship on the 1st of November. There are a few things that we're going to have to remember about that to make sure that we all get to gather and worship together in as safe a way as we possibly can. And so when we arrive, you're going to see that there are markings outside of Maxwell Hall and markings on the floor inside Maxwell Hall. Those markings are 6 feet apart, and we do ask that you would observe those markings as you stand in line and get ready to come into church. Of course, it goes without saying that if you are showing any symptoms of illness in any way, that we would invite you to stay at home. That is going to be the best place for you. We want to make sure that all of us remain as safe as possible. The other thing, like everywhere else in Fernandina Beach at the minute, when we're indoors, we're going to be wearing our masks. And so we want you to bring masks. If you do not have one, we will have one here for you. And if masks are difficult for you, again, we would invite you to worship online at our 11 o'clock service. So every week at worship, we will have one entrance point, which is right at the portico opposite Lamb Early Education Centre. After worship every week, we will have 2 exit points, one at the 6th Street entrance to Maxwell Hall, and the other at the porch of Maxwell Hall, where there are multiple doors. Every week, instead of passing an offering plate at our service, we will have 3 offering points mounted on our walls. Johnny's going to show us one of those now. It makes sense that Johnny's right at the kitchen, because that gives me an opportunity to tell you that unfortunately we will not be serving coffee and donuts before worship in Maxwell Hall. As we make our way to the front of the building, you're going to see that we have our 2 prayer kneelers out. And if anyone during worship does feel moved to come and pray, we invite people to move one at a time to come and use those prayer kneelers. The final thing is that we have no nursery or children's church during this time. We are sad that we cannot put that on, but we just cannot gather those kids close and keep social distancing. In terms of how we'll be leading worship from the stage, we will be situated with clergy and any musicians on the main stage. Worship will be led, of course, by clergy who will remove their masks when they are speaking, and we will also be led in music by Joey and Jeannie. If you do need to use the restroom during the service, we have a policy in place. We'll be inviting one person at a time to use the restroom, or an adult accompanying a minor, of course, and our restrooms will be cleaned after each use.